So I want to start this presentation by taking you back in time. So I want you to imagine a time, let's say you're roughly 7 years old, and for whatever reason, you move to a new country, and you're about to start school there. And the special thing about this school is that you don't know anyone there, you don't know the culture, you don't know the language, and you don't know what the Lion King is. So as you can imagine, your first couple of days go a bit rough because you're still getting used to the timetable and the new uniform. But then after a few weeks, you realize that a few of the kids don't want to play with you, or they don't invite you out to things. And as a 7-year-old, you don't know why that is. And that 7-year-old was me. And as I continued my schooling, I felt like it was because of who I was. So I started covering up my legs and my arms because I was hairy and I wanted to hide my brown skin, and I completely did not reference my culture, my Indian background. And it got to this stage where at school or outside of school, I'll be this one person who had all these filters on and would just not be comfortable with their culture. While if I was at home, I'll be this type of person who didn't have filters and was comfortable with being themselves. So through my schooling, I was constantly battling between these two identities. And I remember this one particular instance when in year 8 in maths class where this one student was just picking on me for the past 2-3 weeks, calling me things like curry muncher or that I smell and that my parents work at Telstra. And all that with my identity issue that I had going just built up within me. And for some reason, I built up the courage and decided to speak up. So I went over to my teacher and told him that there's this one student in class who's been saying all these racist things to me and that I just don't feel comfortable and accepted in the classroom. And to this very day, it still gets to me that the teacher told me that the things weren't racist, or that I should ignore them, rather than invite the student over and have an open conversation. And I remember sitting at lunchtime feeling, I was just in disbelief. I was frustrated, I was angry, that the one person I felt like could help me completely abandoned me. So that night I went home, I just started questioning my teachers, I started questioning myself, like is this the right thing? And I just remember questioning myself, what am I doing? Like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you being forced to pick between these two different identities? Why are you being ashamed of your background, the person, the thing that makes you, you? And I just remember shifting my mindset. Embrace who you are and love yourself. And since from that point on forward, I've been on this journey to embrace the fact that I'm Indian. I have a long name. My name's 14 letters. I have hairy arms and legs, and that I have brown skin. And I've never felt more comfortable with my own skin. Woo. Yeah. I felt like that's because I'm being my true self, and I'm being my true identity. And I feel like the sense of being the real you is so important in a community and society like ours, where we have so many cultures coming through. And if someone feels like they don't fit in somewhere, they might change who they are and adopt these multiple identities, which truly doesn't represent them, for the sake of fitting in. To which I say, never ever change who you are for anything or anyone. Because being yourself is the ultimate power. Because I can honestly say, if I hadn't overcome those obstacles, or if I hadn't felt comfortable with being myself, I would have held myself back from so many opportunities, including this one to come and speak to you guys. So I encourage all of you guys to reflect on who you are. Do you feel comfortable with the person you are? Do you feel like it truly represents you? Because ultimately, being yourself is the key to happiness. And I feel like I'm the road to that. So I encourage all of you guys to just reflect. And if you haven't reflected, that is fine. We can start this journey from today, from this onwards, simply by reflecting. So we can all be our true identity, we can all be ourselves, and we can all love each other. Thank you.